Yeah, them my own. You say you stupid, but them my own. You getting money, then the broke go. But tell you
Yo, what's up, y'all? What's up, my fighting Illini family? Hey, you already know how we represent in Chicago. We down, 10 toes down for my people down state. Yeah, the fighting Illini football team is on a heater. Hey, more after this. You know what I mean? More after these matches.
you say you stupid, but them my own. You getting money, then the broke go. But tell
I'm a youngin' getting money, baby. All my youngins screaming, fuck you, pay me. All my homies there rap for me. And all your homies tryna rap for free. Go get it, take pride in that. For my family, I die for that. Touch any sister, do time for that. Look into my eyes and you know I'm about my business. I just turned the 8 to 33 and call it pippin'. Damn, walk through the door, they go for me. Small circle, that's loyalty. If I have a child, that's royalty. I'm my own boss, now I'm moving independent. I just got another check and then I blew it on the business.
but them my own. You getting money, then the broke go. But tell but them my own. You getting money, then the broke go.
Yo. Hey, man. Shout out to my fighting Illini football team taking care of business. They was in, you know what I mean, the 9th place spot. Then, you know what I mean, they lost one, but then they came back with a big win against USC. That put them in 8th place in the Big Ten. Hey, they rolling as they rolling. Welcome to the Gingerbread Man Show. And this is Steady Serving Sports, ENT. And I am the Gingerbread Man. And this is an extension, a Simply Ball Dropping podcast with my main man, KEYSHA. What's up, KEYSHA, man? I appreciate you for everything that you've done, and thank you for the platform that I'm rapping on right now, baby. Yeah, I'm at 2,346 subscribers. Share this with the people. Let them know how versatile I am, what I cover, the sports that I cover, and those that love and support real sports, real talk, and good information. Hey, come on here. We gonna have a ball though, because I ain't dry talking about this, that, and the other. You gonna have fun on my channel, and I'm gonna tell it like it is. We gonna laugh about it, talk about it, and I'm gonna be a fool about it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So thank you for what you've done. Thank you for what you do, and thank you for what you will do on this channel. Become a member on this channel. As you subscribe, become a member, and you can be a bread maker. You can get all the newest and exclusive videos that I have for you. I drop that once a week. I'm due for one this week to, you know what I'm saying, let my members only know what's going on with me. Yeah. And then, of course, you can get exclusive music. If you ain't heard good music, man, this is coming straight out of the city of Chicago. Y'all already know your boy Gingerbread Man is in the Chicago Music Hall of Fame with my rap group Soldiers at War. Yeah, man, listen, I appreciate it that every time that I come here, I want to give you guys real food to eat. You know what I'm saying? Talk about real, legitimate sports. And for me, being that I am a Chicago native, being that I am in Illinois, it's only right for me to, you know what I'm saying, to rep my team downstate. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to the Illini having a real good season, and we gonna get into the thick of things around here. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna pull it up. So we already know that it was a scrappy game last week. The Illini put on a great performance and letting everybody know who is the boss. Like, who is in the Big Ten that's coming up. Yeah, it's been a struggle and it's been a long time coming, but they are coming. And listen, the Illini, the Fighting Illini is here. And they face Purdue. You know what I'm saying? They face Purdue coming up. And Purdue is 2-2. And the Illini is 4-1. So out of the last 5 weeks, the Fighting Illini has been putting on an onslaught. You know what I mean? They had one little hiccup, but their first game they played around Western Illinois. I mean, it was a slaughterhouse. What a shame. Hey, you know, we rep Western Illinois too, but we had to beat up on ourselves like this. I don't know why, but it just happened like that. 52-3. And then, of course, we played Duke. That was an onslaught, 45-19. You know what I mean? Winning with big numbers, like basketball numbers. I don't know. Hey, and then, of course, we went on with WMU. You know what I'm saying? We beat them 38-0. They had a goose egg. Oof. But then it was a wake up for our neighbors next door. And how I don't like the neighbors next door. They whooped us 63. They put basketball numbers and say, huh, you ain't the only one that could put up basketball numbers. We could do that too. And y'all better slow it on down while they talking all that stuff about y'all. We gonna whoop you and put belt to ass. They beat us 63-10. We took it on the chin, but we came back with some of that old get back. And we went on down there to USC, man, and we did our number. So going into this game, they thought that, you know what I mean, that the USC, you know what I'm saying, was going, you know, the Trojans was going to beat us. But the Illini said, the Fighting Illini said, oh, hell no, to the no, to the no. And they came out with the victory against USC, 34-32. Tight game, very, very tight game. But as always, depending on the way that we play our defense, and of course our offensive onslaught that we have, we did okay. You know, it's a couple of hiccups in the defense by them scoring 32 points. But those are things and adjustments that I know they can, you know what I'm saying, they can adjust to. It says in this article, it says a longtime USC football reporter rips Trojans for their performance and loss to Illinois. This is one of their own reporters. It says that the USC football 34-32 loss to Illinois on Saturday was a brutal one. The Trojans played terrible defense, turned the ball over multiple times, committed too many penalties, and had poor clock management, ultimately leading them to failing to a less talented opponent. This is what they thought about Illinois. It says, naturally, there has been a lot of frustration among the USC fans and media over the past few days. In an episode of his Tunnel Vision USC football show following Saturday's game, longtime USC reporter Ryan Abraham of the 247 Sports went off on the Trojans for their performance in campaign. It says, inexcusable loss for USC. Abraham said, this was not a game that the Trojans should have lost. Were there things going on against USC? Yes, adversity happens, especially on the road. But this is still the same Illinois team that got absolutely pummeled by Indiana the week before. But don't let that fool you. That don't mean nothing. That was their only loss. But I'm going to listen to what you got to say. He said you didn't need excuses. You got to go win games. All we heard about in this offseason was how much things were improved, but you can't have 8, 9, 10 penalties in a game. USC, one of the worst penalized teams in the country for penalties. Numbers of penalties and yards. You can't go on the road and do that. It says if you look good and you weren't sloppy, but your guys were just getting beat one-on-one and things like that, fine. But they didn't look they didn't look buttoned down, and that's why they needed to be, you know what I mean, beat for this game. You know, Abraham have his, you know, he got his thing of what had happened, his version of it all. But me, I saw the game, and what I saw was a better team on the field. Abraham, what I saw was you mad that Illinois is now coming up from the dirt. Illinois is grinding it out. They threw in a thug thistle, and you mad that Illinois came over there to the West, you know what I'm saying, came over there and beat the West Coast, but right here at home in Illinois, and they had to go home with their shirt and their jersey ripped off. They had cracks in their helmet. You know, they was mad. You know, like my sister KEYSHA say, you know. You know, y'all got y'all butts tore up. And hey, as it always is, Illinois football is one of the best football, you know what I mean, teams to watch. I love the colors. I love everything about this team. This has been my team since I was a shorty. You know what I'm saying? I love them. I appreciate, you know what I mean, all the years I used to go downstate. We used to play downstate. You know, if you know about the Chicago teams, and if you was good enough, you went downstate to go play the other teams, you know what I mean, for the state championship. We'll have it right down there in the Illini court. You know what I'm saying? So the history of this is that now the Fighting Illini is in 8th place in the Big Ten. They face the Purdue, you know, team, and they got a lot to say about facing, but it's always something. It's always something about, you know, somebody that's supposed to be statistically better than us. And I don't really like the way that they get down and running a bubblegum mouth on what they think we could do. But by us having WWW, L, we took an L and W. I mean, ain't too much really you need to say. And then they also will say that these teams were not in a good ranking. You know what I mean? They want to throw all of these different things at us about the win that we beat USC, but they got their butts handed to them. This was a game they got onslaughted. But next game, we'll be facing Purdue. And this is what they said that we'll be facing, y'all.
What about the cannon? Hey, if Brett Bielema needs to get his team's focus after back-to-back top 25 showdowns last 2 weeks, he can just cue up last year's game against Purdue. Boilermaker team would go on.
My bad. Here you go, family.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Thank you.
49 and yes, the can't Illini finally escaped 50-49, and yes, the cannon is on the line once again in another Big Ten rivalry matchup. Illinois is the favorite. We understand that. They come off that massive win over USC, another walk-off field goal this time from David Alano. But this defense has been good at best. And now you face Ryan Brown, who has been the real bright spot for Purdue, the quarterback for the Boilermakers early in the season, to me, the returns have been way above expectations.
That's where, when you talk about football being a game of matchups, that is exactly where I go with this game. And it's when Purdue has the football. Ryan Brown's been outstanding. It looks like the Purdue, when we would call them the spoiler makers, they would always have a dynamic offense that would just scare you to death. We've seen the trick plays show up. They put up a ton of points on Notre Dame. Great defenses. The offense finally has an identity again. And they're going to attack the exact weak point in the question of Illinois' defense, which is the secondary.
The story that Illinois' offensive line wrote last week was one of the most undervalued stories because offensive line doesn't get a lot of love. They got chewed up against Indiana. And I think they took it personally because they went into that USC game, Jake, and everybody was talking about the fact that the Trojans were more disruptive on the D-line. They were faster. That was the advantage for USC. And the Illinois O-line owned that game.
I was nervous for him, honestly. I mean, last week I was wondering what the game plan was going to be for Illinois. I mean, if you can't protect – Luke Altmaier, when he's protected, is one of the great quarterbacks in college football. He's outstanding. They have an ability to hurt you in the short, intermediate, deep throws. But the offensive line has not been able to consistently protect.
Can't hurt you if he's on his back.
Exactly. The coaching job, we've seen some excellent coaching adjustments and coaching jobs. This is going to be another one for Brett Bielema because they're steering that ship right back into this is one of the more dangerous teams in the conference, potential to make a playoffs.
Illinois, Purdue for the Cannon right here at Big Ten Network Saturday.
We'll be up for the task on what they had to say. You know what I'm saying? Go the Fighting Illini against Purdue. With Purdue got a cannon over there. But, like he said, the line got to straighten up and protect our quarterback. And I believe that it's going to be a quality game. And guess what? The Illini will come out the victor again. So, therefore, we're going to put dubs in the check for the win that they just did against USC. And then I'll see you Saturday when they play once again against Purdue and come out with the victory. Yes. Hey, man, look, big shout out to all of the young brothers. I'm talking to y'all going to this game tomorrow. You know what I mean? Go in there tomorrow and, do the best that you can. You play in the morning. And listen, Friday is your day. Friday is your day. Come in and do your thing and make it happen because we believe in you right here on STEADYSERV Sports, ENT. So all my young brothers that's in the Fighting Illini, go get them, baby. Let them know how we do it in the ill state. And that's how we gonna make it happen. Balls. Yeah. So, as always, I leave as I came with another banger. Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Them my own. You say you pimpin', but them my own. You getting money.
You got them mad, y'all. Y'all got them mad, team.